PhD Public Administration student, first year HR major. I would like to welcome all of you to this seminar. It's our privilege to have you with us today. We have now ready to begin the proceeding of the seminar. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Graduate School of Public Administration, NIDA, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. We appreciate you taking time off your busy schedule to join us today. We hope you'll find the program we have lined up for you be fulfilled and engaging. Let me, first of all, I would like to introduce agenda. We will set the ball rolling with Associate Professor Dr. Bun Anand Pinay Sap, the Director of PhD in Public Administration Child Program, having a welcome speech, and then we will have a guest speaker presenting her point of view, Dr. Nam, on the seminar theme. We are fortunate to have one very prominent lecturer from Ho Chi Minh City, Open University, speaking today, Dr. Nam. Okay, the seminar title is Public Administration in Vietnam in the Digital Era. And our guest speaker from Vietnam will present about 60 minutes, around 6 and 20 p.m. we will have a Q&A section for as the seminar, as the final seminar item of this day. The audience can also participate in the section and asking questions of sharing their own point of view or your idea. The seminar is planned to finish around 6:30 p.m. In local time in Bangkok. I am confident that it will be a fantastic 90 minutes of interaction and learning for all of us. So I will now invite Associate Professor Dr. Bun Anand Pinay Sap having a welcome speech. Please.
Thank you very much. Well, good evening, Dr. Nam and everyone. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to join our special seminar today. Today, the topics will be about public administration in Vietnam during the digital era. Since we are living in the digital era, it would be good to listen how the government in Vietnam and people face and adjust themselves. I believe that we can learn a lesson from Dr. Nam's experience and be able to apply it to Thai situation. At the end of her talk, we will have the time for Q&A. So I will turn the stage to Mr. Somkiat. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Bun Anand Pinay Sap. Next, before seminar start, I would like to introduce our distinguished speaker today. Dr. Nam, she is graduate from Thailand at Assumption University in bachelor and master degree in business administration, and also she is graduate PhD in public administration from NIDA as well. Now, she living in Ho Chi Minh City and full-time lecturer at Ho Chi Minh City Open University, Vietnam. I think her publication was brilliant. For example, the effect of public service motivation and public performance of public servants in Vietnam, the role of mediation of job satisfaction and person organization fit. So we are extremely honored to welcome our guest speaker, Dr. Nam. Please.
Okay. Evening, good evening, Professor Bonana and all of BSD candidates in at NIDA. So I want to say thank you, Professor Bonana, for inviting me to have a speak public administration in Vietnam during digital era. Today, I'm very happy to talk about this topic. So I will start, and I hope that you enjoy my speak today. And if you have any question after finish my presentation, you can ask me. Okay, let me start. It's okay. Okay, for today, our topic I will talk about the public administration in Vietnam during digital era, and the content for today. First, I will talk about the Vietnam public administration system, and then I will talk about the two pray in reform public administration in Vietnam. The first phase, 2001, 2010, and the second phase, 2011 and 2020. And I will present about the public administration during the digital era, and we set up two goals to pray also. The first, digital government in 2021 until 2025 period, and the vision in 2030. That's all the content that I will cover for my speak today. So let's move to the first. I will talk about the public administration system. Like many countries, the public sector reform is the complex and project aimed to improving the public administration system and the provision of the public service. And the objective for public administration reform is the reform to the public administration system to be able to satisfy requirements and regulate the market economy. Is the country created to the middle income status, and Vietnam also. We have to reform the public administration system. It is our goal, our plan, one, two, democratic, clean, strong, professionalized, modernized, effective, efficiency public administration system with the operate in the line with the principle to socialist state rule of law under the leadership of the party is our the main goal for public sector reform in my country. So for the public administration reform master program, I said at the first time, we have the two pay or two period. The first, we separate the first two period in 2001 until 2010. And after that, the second phase, 2011 until 2020. I will say about the public administration reform master. In this reform, our country carry out the public, the main goal. Like I talked at the first time, the goal that we want to perform to be successfully building the democratic, strong, clean, professionalized, modernized, effective, and efficient public administration system, which operates in the line with the principle of the socialist rule by law state under the leadership of the party. The continent current the civil servant have the appropriate capacity and ethical quality to respond the requirement of national building and development is the main goal for our public administration perform master program. The first phase 2001-2010 for the master program. The Prime Minister in my country approved the framework for the master program. They implement this program to carry out throughout the 7 nation action program with 2 states. They divide 2 states. The first stage from 2001 to 2005, and the second phase, second stage 2006 and 2010. And for this this program, with implementation reform with the resolution that they cite with the Central Committee confirmed that the next public administration reform will increase the effectiveness of the state of management in my country. And when they reform, they have to define the 9 objectives. In this period, the first one, improving the administrative institutional system and regime and policy. The second objective, increasing and cutting off the administration procedure with red tape and the complicatedness. The third objective in this program, identifying clearly function, task, responsibility for organization in the public administration system. And the fourth objective, structure of the government will be appropriated, and they set up another objective up to 2005, identification of the decentralization of the public administration. 2010, the civil servant will be professional and modernized with the rational structure inside. And also another goal, another objective, 2005, the civil servant salary will be reformed, maybe reformed with increase. And also the financial mechanism will reform in the line with the public administration organization and public service. And also the last objective in this period, the civil service will be modernized. That's all for the 9. They define the 9 objectives in this during this phrase 2001-2010 for the master program. And the second phrase from 2001 to 2010, 2011 to 2010, they have 4 content of the public administration reform. The first one, institutional reform. The second, reform on organizational structure of the public administration and public finance reform. And the last content, development of the quality improvement of the content of the cabinet and civil servant. After they implement, they identify the objective and the content, and they say about the result when they implemented. For the first public administration reform that changed the public administration in my country, it's considered as the important measure to realize the social economic strategy. And the second result, we have the public administration reform result have promoted economic reform, democratization, and social life, international economic integration, consolidation, and maintain of the political stability. It can be affirmed that the program public administration reform had obtained the major achievement during this period from 2001 to 2010. And also another result, the institution of the public administration have been the basically reformed and perfected in according to with the project democratization established of the public transparent regime and the market economy. And also the result we get it from that when we implement the public administration reform, the administrative procedure reform has improved the relationship between state and the people. And also the administrative apparatus had reduced to overlap, duplication in terms of the function and task. And another result also we got it when we implemented internal structure has clearly defined more between state management agency and the public service delivery unit. And also beside that some result, we still get another result from the public administration reform implementation. The effectiveness and efficiency of the state management administrative system have improved, such as UTP, transparency, accountability, the people democracy has been more mobilized. And another result, the administrative procedure handing work between state administrative agency with the people enterprise have been improved sustainability. And also administrative procedure has been simplified toward the publicity transparency, creating the favorable condition for the people and enterprise. The roles, the function, the tasks of the state administrative agency have been adjusted to ensure the state management and the service for the society in our country. And the building the continent of the country and the civil service has gained some the new progress, reviewing, adjusting, and such continuously issuing the system for standard the title of the civil servant. And also another, the last, some class result we got it when we implement the public administration reform. The public finance reform has gained the additional result. The management of the finance, the budget has changed sharply. That's all the some result that when our government to implement public administration reform in our country. And now we move to the second period or the second phase in 2011 until 2020. That's our government to workday the second phase for the master program with the objective develop of the free market economical system with the socialism oriented. And the second objective, develop the eco and transparency, the public transparency business environment and development of the state administration system with the transparency, modernization, effectiveness, and efficiency. And the next objective, our government ensure that the democracy for the people is the right for people, and also develop of the civil and public servant will be used competence with to meet the requirement of to serve the people and develop of the country. And also during this phase, the public administration program tried to focus in six areas. The first one, institutional reform, administrative procedure reform, and reform in the state of administrative apparatus reform, civil service reform, and public finance reform. And the last area talk about the development of the e-government and digital government. Now I will go in detail. The first area that we implement the public administration reform, the second phase. For the first institutional reform, with the aim that we at the building, perfecting the institution system and improving the effectiveness, efficiency of the law enforcement, building the continent of the professional capable and qualified candidates, civil servant and public employee to meet the requirement of the task and develop of the country, the salary of the civil servant reform, and the developing e-government and digital government in the future. And the second area, administrative procedure reform. In this one, our government focus target at the cutting and simplifying at least 20% of the procedure and 20% of the compliance cost regarding to the business related to procedure in 2025. And for this area, the government said that they try to locate it and provide at least 80% of administrative procedure of the ministry, agency, localizes online at the 3 level, online application, and the level for online application and online payment. And they set up the goal in the 2030. At least 90% of the service of the ministry, agency, and localized will be improved, will be provided online at 3 level and level 4. And Vietnam, with the hope that Vietnam will enter the top 33 30 countries in the term of the business conducting environment. And the next area, the civil service reform. For this area, our government target at building professional, responsible, dynamic, talent, civil service with fair, democratic, open, transparent competition mechanism in an appointment and promotion and recruitment of the candidates, civil servant and public employee to attract truly the virtuous talent people to state agency. It one for the third area. And the next, the four area that they focus, public finance reform. Our government strongly renovates the mechanism of the state budget application, use the administrative agency and the public non-business unit beyond assigned task outcome in order to enhance their autonomy and self-responsibility, promote creativity, strengthen performance quality, effectiveness, control the corruption in the public agency. And in this area, the government, set up that restructure the state-owned enterprise, renovation, innovation in the management mechanism, public capital invest in the public enterprise will be accelerated. And the next, the five area that they focus, the public administrative apparatus reform, and they set up the goal in 2025. By 2025, the function, the task, and the power of the public agency and organization will be clearly identified, so they can avoid the overlapping operation in the state administration system, and there will be the reduction at least by 10% of the public non-business unit and 10% for of non-business payroll salary from the state budget compared to 2021. And also in this area, they set up the goal that 2020, 2030, the government organizational structure will be consolidated with reduction ministry, ministry level agency, specialized agency under the professional district people committee and intermediate. The number of the public non-business units will be continuously decreased by 10% compared with 2025. And the last area in this place, our government to focus in the development of the e-government and digital government to promote the application of the information technology, scientific and technology achievement, digital transformation. And also they focus on the renovate the working methods, improve the productivity, efficiency, state administrative agency at all levels to meet the requirement of the social economic development, national defense, security, national integration, as well the improvement of the public service delivery. That's all for the six topics they focus in the second phase, 2010 until 2020. Sorry, 2021 and 2030. And now I will go in detail about the public Vietnam public administration during digital era. In this, sorry, slide here. Okay, now I will talk about the Vietnam public administration during digital era. For this time, our government to to issue the decision for approving the e-government development strategy toward the digital government 2021-2025, the period, and the second with the vision 2030. And this is the first time that our country has issued a strategy on developing e-government and moving toward digital government. And also our country approved that this strategy that like the National Digital Transformation Program 2025 with the orientation 2030. This strategy set out the vision for in 2030 in Vietnam that we would be ranked among the top 30 countries in the world in terms of e-government and digital government. That's our strategy in the future. But before we move to the strategy in detail version or oriented in 2030, I will talk about that our plan in 2025 from now 2025. The Vietnam Digital Transformation Plan through 2025. We have the digital transformation program that we highlight in our program, and we set up the goal to get it in the National Digital Transformation Program with some goal. That the first goal, 80% of the online public service at the level 4 to be online with the access on the mobile device. And also another goal, 90% of the work record administrative and the provincial level are online, while 80% of work records at the district and 60% of the work records at commune level are processed online. And also the next goal that we want to highlight it, all the national database, including for those population, land, business registration, finance, insurance are online and connected with the shared data on the government reporting information system. And the next goal in 2025, inspection of the state management agency are done throughout a digital system and information system. And also the next goal, annual labor production will be increased by 7% or 8% by 2030. And also some goal that they want to get it when they highlight in the digital transformation program, 50% of the banking operation by the customer to be fully online, and 50% of the population to have the digital checking account, and 70% of the customer transaction made throughout the digital channel, and 50% of decision on lending, small consumer loan of the individual customer make digital and are automated. And also the next goal, 70% of work, the service record at the credit institution to be processed and stored digital also. And they focus on to highlight the goal, fiber optic internet infrastructure cover 80% household and 100% of the commute. And also for this digital transformation, they prioritize in a sector. The first, they focus on health sector. The second, education. The third sector, finance and banking. The fourth sector, agriculture. The next, transportation, energy. And the next, the seventh sector, natural resource and environment. And the last sector that they want to be prioritized, industrial manufacturing. And also this for the goal they want to highlight in the phrase 2025, and also they set up the goal, the vision 2030, and the strategy that they set out for the vision 2030, that our country would be ranking among of the 30 countries in the world in terms of e-government and digital government. And also in this strategy, by 2030, the 6 major viewpoints that have been highlighted in this strategy The first one, developing the digital government, redesign operating model. And the second, the third viewpoint, operation based on the data and digital technology, formulate a better policy. And the fifth major, use resource more optimally. And the last major viewpoint, facilitating development and lead the country digital transformation. And also in this strategy, our government identified the 5 key target groups that focus. The first one, providing high quality service to society. The second, broadly the public management engagement. And the third one, improving state agency operation. And the next strategy, they want to focus, they want to target the effective address issue in the social economic growth. And the last group that they want to target have the breakdown trend in the national ranking to e-government, e-participation, open data is assessed by the United Nations. And also that's for the 5 key target group they our government identify in the strategy. And also when they set up the strategy, they identify the 6 group of the nation for the key tasks. The first one, they want to improve the legal environment. The second, developing the digital infrastructure, and also developing the digital platform and the national scale system. And also another group that they identify is the key task, developing the national digital data and developing the national application and service, developing national application and service also. It's all the 6 group of the national key task that our government identify in the strategy by 2030. In this group, they said they focus, they identify in 6 group, but they also this group they have to corresponding the task with the scope is the ministry and local industry with the embassy, and they develop online public service based on the people needs and live event, in which the people only need to provide information one only, and some core tasks that they have to focus on they include in the 6 group. The first one, amending the law on the electronic transaction and the law on the archive, formulating the law in digital government and formulating the government decree. And the second core task, developing and operating specialized network infrastructure stably, safely, and smoothly, and developing the national database, and also developing and completing the national public service portal, building the national data portal, and building the online meeting platform. And also the last core task in 6 group, building support system for monitoring and operating safely and network security in the service of e-government. And in this strategy, our government outlined the roles and the responsibility of the ministry, industry, local government in the leveraging in new digital technology. The first one, cloud computing. The second, big data, mobilizing Internet of Things. And the fifth, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and social media. This one, the strategy that outline the role and the responsible for the ministry in industry and local government. And for the goal that they want to become the 30 country in the world in terms of management, that digital nation. they want to, our government set up the goal to become the digital nation by 2030 with three main goal. The first, readily supporting and harnessing the massive connectivity and big data generation. And the second, provide the capability to monitor network traffic quality down to the single network node. And the third goal, enhance the cybersecurity throughout the adoption security design and principle. And also, our government, they identify the group of the task to set up the goal, become the digital nation, constructing the develop the broadband the infrastructure, updating the fourth generation 4G mobile network, and deploying the fifth generation mobile network enforcement 4G and the 5G dual support for the mobile device. And in the future, they try to develop the Internet of Things, the network infrastructure, integrating the smart sensor to transform traditional infrastructure as the critical component for digital infrastructure. And in this goal to become the digital nation by 2030, our government try to create the trust, and ensure the cyber security to promote the international cooperation, R&D, and innovation in the digital environment. So that's all that the topic for digital Vietnam public administration during the digital era in my country. We set up in the goal to become the digital nation by 2030. But during set up the goal like this, we separate the praise. We implement. We separate our strategy to period. The first one, we try to implement or highlight some goal in 2025 first, and then after we finish the goal in 2025, we continue set up the goal for the next 5 years. So like the first time when we perform our public administration system, we also separate into period. And also when we set up the goal to become the digital nation, we separate into period also. The first period in 2025, and after we get it, we get some result. When we set up the goal or the task, we finish, and then we continue with another goal in the future. So that's all for the goal in Vietnam to try to become the digital nation. And we try to have the strategy to build our government, e-government and digital government in future. And that's all for my speak today. And if you have any question, you can ask now. That's finished for my presentation.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Nam.
I finished a little bit early, 10 minutes.
Okay, no problem. Thank you again, Dr. Nam. Your presentations were excellent and informative to the audience. Before we move to Q and answer questions, I would like to brief in short summary for the public administration in Vietnam during the digital era that Dr. Nam present early. Okay, Dr. Nam highlight the Vietnam in administration in digital era by divided in period of time. She give information about the civil service reform, the public finance reform, and the public administrative apparatus reform, and the development of digital e-government and digital government. Vietnam have a e-government strategy and to provide to the official and have purposes to high quality to public service and Vietnam needs and also provide application and electronic public service as well. In the SIG group, for example, law transaction development, the national database, online meeting, monitoring and evolution cyber security. And the last one, she present about Vietnam sets the goal to become a digital nation by 2030 in the three parts. First one, to ready supporting and harnessing massive connectivity and big data generation. Second one is provide a capability to monitor network service quality down to single network node. And the last one, she gave the Vietnam set the goal in enhanced cyber security through adoption of security by design principle. Okay, it's a short, brief. Okay, now it is a time for question and answer question. You can send your question on chat box or raise your hand and asking Dr. Nam. Also, you can share own idea or your opinion as well. Please welcome the first question to Dr. Nam. Please. Any question? So we have audience to raise the hand. Kun Montri, please.
Yes. Can you hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. First of all, let me introduce myself.
Yes.
I'm very sorry. I don't know why my camera cannot turn on. So
Okay.
I'm very sorry that. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Montri. I'm a PhD candidate in governance and development from NIDA. And taking this opportunity, thank you for Dr. Nam for your contribution and shares for the digital government development in Vietnam. I'm also interested in digital government for development, and I also focus this for my dissertation. And so I think your contribution and your share information is very helpful for development in Vietnam. And now Vietnam in the third phase of development, as Kun Somkiat summarized. Maybe I ask one question because I saw from the plan and all infrastructure and organization of digital government is well planned. And is there any challenge on the citizen side, like for example, digital literacy? Is there any concern or any issue for the development on digital literacy in Vietnam? So that my question, because I asked this question just like in Thailand recently during the COVID-19 pandemic. Thai government also launched many programs to support Thai people, like half co-payment, like Thai Chana, which is support for the financial to the citizen, and some people they can get the benefit from the program, but some of them who low on less of digital literacy, they cannot access or cannot get the benefit from the government. So that this is a reason why I asking for the digital literacy situation in Vietnam. Is there any challenge? I see any development on that side? Thank you very much,ครับ.
Okay,
Okay,
Dr.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for your question. You know, when we learn the digital, right? Of course, we have some talent like in Vietnam, right? The old people. Sometimes they like I will take the example like last time, right? For during the COVID-19, right? They have to use the online service to provide for the citizen, right? But some old people, they don't know how to use the smartphone, or even though they use the smartphone, but they don't know how to online. If they want to get the benefits, like we have 6 months for social distancing, so our government provide the provide the money to the poor people, but some old people, they don't know how to get in that website, right? But when of course, we have the challenge for old people, but for the new generation, it's easy. Even though that some old people, they cannot get it, but when they live with, because in my country, normally our how to say like culture, we live with the 2 or 3 generation together. So even though for the old people, they don't know how to get to accept to get the benefits to get the money from the government to support them during the COVID-19, right? But lucky that they live with their new generation, the young people. So the young people will do for them, help the old people do it for them. But for the new generation, I mean the young people nowadays, we don't have the problem when we do the digital data or any online service that the government to provide to uh, to the citizen in my country.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think it should be the same at Thailand because we are the whole family, and new generation, they can help their elder, and this will be helpful. But just only like some case that like not only for the elder, but some disability or some group of people that they still need to support, right?
Yes.
So that some other they have can help them and to get the service from the government, and that will be like not make it equally public service from the government. Okay, thank you very much,ครับ.
Okay, thank you, Kun Montri, and thank you, Dr. Nam. Also, it's a good question and good answer to Vietnam and Thai situation also.
I want to say also. I don't know that. I know that in your country, you family, you how to say. I mean that the application normally you use Line, right? But in my country, for the old people, if they don't know how to access, how to online to make the register to get the vaccine or to get the money to support from the government, right? We have the app that we use Yalo in Vietnam. We use Yalo. That Yalo is very popular. And even though for the old people, they don't know how to accept, they have the people, the group of the people in the that district or in some award, they will have that old people when they call or they chat together, and they help them to online to accept in the government system to fill the information or to get the money from the government support them.
Okay, I ask some questions about Yellow. It's an application, right?
Yes, Line, right? In Thai we use Line, right?
Okay.
And yeah, but in my country we use Yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow and Viber.
Okay. Okay, it's nice one's application to communicate with all generation,
Yeah.
especially to elder, to
You know, nowadays, even though the young people, old people, they use that app, even though in my university, uh, everybody use Yellow. You know, when I came back, because I lived in Thai for 4 and 5 years to study there, I use Line, right? I use Facebook, I use WhatsApp, I use Viber. But when
okay,
I came back Vietnam, I have to install the new. Actually, it's not new. I know it also, but before that, I didn't install because I have Line, I have WhatsApp, I have Viber, I have Facebook.
okay,
But when I come back Vietnam, they don't use that. They don't use Facebook also. They use Facebook
okay,
for post and to say their life. But when they contact the together, like in Thai, you use Line, but in our country, we use Yellow. In my university, everybody use Line, even though my friend and everybody outside the university also, we use Yellow. And Yellow, you know, is you can set, you can send the picture, the file, and it's good also. I think it's good application. So in my country, we use Yellow.
okay. It's nice application. Maybe I will try in the next 30 minutes when we finish the seminar, because I think it's a good one compared to the Line application in Thailand. Okay, we have a next question from our audience. โอเคคุณพัทรมาศพรวรากร she have a question to Dr. Nam please.
Thank you very much, first of all, Dr. Nam, for you really contribute to us, and then this is a very useful information. Thank you so much. Regarding about my questions, about the COVID situation since 2 years ago, right? The world is hard to get about the digital life in the world, right? And then, how come? What do you think about the COVID versus digital eras in the next into 220? What is challenge, and how come we can survive in the your target in the Vietnam? Thank you very much.
The challenge. I think your question, like the challenge, you mean that is the same, right? No. I mean,
I think every place in the world is same, right? For the
Mhm.
COVID, it forced us to be the digitalized in the future. And how come we adopt about the COVID situations coming to the linkage with the digital era in the next couple years or in your target in 220? Thank you.
I think in my country, we like I present in my slide, I said that our government to set the goal to be the 30 country to develop the digital government and e-government, right? You know, in my country, we provide. I can say that in my country, the internet is very easy to access to get it. But when compared with many countries, if you come to Vietnam at the first when you arrive uh, in the airport, right? Easy for you to access. But when I come to Bangkok, like last year, when I arrived in the airport, it's not easy to access in the internet in your country. Even though you go to some shop, right? They didn't provide for you. So in my country, I think that how to say we set up the goal and we try to uh, how to develop in digital government, right? So we provide is very good and everywhere easy for you. You can go anywhere, even though in you go to the small shop, you can get it, you can use it easy. So I'm not sure that any challenge in my country, but I think it's very convenient, and you can say that many foreigner they come to my country. They said that the internet in my country is so fast and so good. You can access everywhere. You no need to use the 4G or 5G. because if you go anywhere, you can get it easy. Even though in small shop, you go any shop, they will provide it for you. So that's why I don't think that's we have any challenge in the future. Even though now, I think, but in digital government or e-government in my country will be developed very good in the future also.
If I listen right now from you, it means like your Vietnam infrastructure is quite like got a lot, right? For the
Yeah.
area, even though the up country, all right?
Yes, even though in up country, some family is far away, but they can, if they have, how to say, like if you have the electricity, you can get the internet easy and the cheap also, you know. So everything now, even though you want to apply anything, you want to accept in information, you can use the internet in my country easily, everywhere, and easy to access it also. But when
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I have experience in Thailand already before I came back. Right, I came back Vietnam in 2025. So sorry, 2021. I have 4 year, 4.5 year for 4 year and 5 months to live in Bangkok for my BSD. Right, I travel a lot in Thailand, and I go Chonburi, Saprapuri, many place. I travel before I go back. I went back Vietnam. I used to go many place, but you know, if you live in Thai, you have to buy the 4G and 5G because when you go somewhere, they don't provide the internet for you easy, right? Because some shop it's very big shop or the restaurant maybe you have it, but in my country, even though small shop and in the countryside, you can get the internet easy also. And every now, even though for the new uh, young generation, even though the kids nowadays, right, they can use the internet also, you know, in my country.
I
Okay.
thank you very much for your sharing informations. I just come back a little bit regarding about the students because we have the online studying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in the 2 years ago until right now, somewhere else still have the online
Mm.
studying. In terms of like a very up country, I mean in Thailand, but I'm not sure about Vietnam. But quite in Thailand have the limitation two things. One is limitation of the internet network
Mm.
like infrastructure. And second thing is mean they don't have equipment, let's say
Mm.
notebook, computer, or so
Mm.
on. That's why they have limitation to learn. Even though the government try to push everyone to do the online studying as COVID situations. This
Mm.
one, in terms of your challenge for the Vietnam, is mean you have no problem from Thailand, right?
No, no, we have the problem also. In for the up country, maybe in some province that we are, they are very poor, right? Maybe they cannot get the mobile phone or laptop to online. Sometimes they have to share together,
Mm.
and uh, at that time we don't have enough. Some very poor money. We have to study online, right? So some family they don't have enough money to buy or to have the internet to access only in some up country, the poor province or in the city is very far. But in the main city and how to say, it's not very far. Every like in Ho Chi Minh City, I mean the in the main city, 100 almost 100% everybody can access the internet and can study online. Hmm. But for the upcountry, only some province that they are poor. But the government will provide, and some organization they provide for the poor place the device, the laptop or some mobile phone for them to learn online. So that's why you see, we have only one semester to study online. You know, in my
Mm.
country, and now we have to go on site. You have to go like my university start online study online only one semester, and after that we study on site until now. So that's why I came to the university to teach in the university. I got the COVID from the university. The reason because we had to go on site. Our government, the principal of my university said that because for the first student, they never know about the environment, university environment. So if let them to study online, even though when I teach them online, they said that because we have 5 hours, 4 hours for teaching, so they are boring. If you just sit in the computer only 1 hour, you feel boring already and tired already. You didn't see anyone. Everything is online, right? So the student complain with our university and complain with the teacher. So that's why sometimes I don't like to teach on site because it will affect, right? But we have to follow the rule of the university. So when happen, our university support the lecturer that in case you get sick, they will give you money and they will let you to stay at home to teach maybe 10 days or 14 days, and then you can come back again.
Okay, thank you very much for your sharing ค่ะ Dr. หนึ่ง ขอบคุณค่ะ
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you คุณพัทร
But
มาศ
in your country now, still you have to study online, right? I heard.
Yes,
Right now still online.
yes.
Oh my God, how can? Even though I teach in the class on site, some students they feel boring. Also, they said that
Dr. หนึ่ง I studying since 9 o'clock until right now. Sit in the box in my notebook right now.
Oh really? Oh my God.
Okay, thank you.
Very much ค่ะ Dr. หนึ่ง
Okay, thank you คุณพัทรมาศ for your question and share your experience. I think we will to go to Vietnam for connect the internet and free Wi-Fi also.
Yeah. You just get the airport and you can access very easy. But in Thai, even though you get the airport, you have to fill that. What's your name? What's your passport number? And they ask you the information a lot. But in my country, no. You just click access internet. That's it. You can get in easy. I try already in Thai and in Vietnam.
Okay, someone I will go to the Vietnam for free internet and the
Sure.
connect.
Welcome to Ho Chi Minh City.
Okay. Kun Montri, you have I saw you have a right hand. You have a question again or not?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't drop my hand.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay.
No more
no
question.
problem. Okay, no question. I have a message from inbox from our audience. Kun Chairat, he have a question to Dr. Nam. Please, Kun Chairat.
Hello, Dr. Nam.
Hello. Good evening.
I just have a question. First question is just ask not in your patient, just your previous. Why I think why you choose NIDA, although in Vietnam is a good university. Also, why you choose NIDA and why I know you are graduate PhD, right?
Yes, at NIDA.
Why you choose? Because how your reasons?
You know, I don't know how about Thailand. I think it's same in my country. Actually, I can study PhD in my country, right? But the problem that if you study in my country, when they look at your degree, how to say, if you graduate from inside, I mean that you graduate from Vietnam, right? Different with graduate from abroad. Even though that Thai is very near Vietnam, right? But they think that Thai is better than Vietnam. Actually, now is your country better in my country also. Your education system maybe still now is better, but I'm not sure in the future. So when I applied some scholarship in some other country, but I didn't. I have to wait for 2 times already. but I still cannot. I want to finish BSD early, so that's why I decide to apply in NIDA. If I didn't get scholarship, I will not go there to study. But I get scholarship, but not much. But I think it's okay for me. And in NIDA, I think in Thai, compare with my country, if you study in international program now, maybe cheaper than my country also. At that time, I mean that compare like the first time I came to Assumption University to study in international program, right? At that time, 10 years ago already, 10 or 12 years or 15 years, I'm not sure, maybe 15 years ago. At that time in my country, we don't have the international program. So I want to study in international program. So that's why, and I think the living cost in Bangkok is not expensive because I compare with Singapore, Malaysia. So that's why I decided to go there to study for bachelor and master there. And I came back Vietnam to work as a lecturer, and I tried to find the BSD scholarship. I cannot support myself to study, so I find a scholarship, but I have to wait. I have to wait one and a half year already, so I cannot find the scholarship in European country. So that's why I just think about, okay, in Thailand it's a good education system also, and I like Bangkok also. So that's why I came to Bangkok to apply, and my friend also, they recommend NIDA because NIDA is the good university also. So that's why I apply, and after that I got the scholarship from NIDA. So that's why I came to NIDA to study for BSD.
Okay.
And when I went there, I think that I'm so lucky and good because I know many foreigner, international friends. I have friends from Mongolia, I have friends from Nepal, I have friends from Sri Lanka, I have friends Bangladesh, from Singapore. So I think that I'm happy to study in NIDA. And when I came back Vietnam, right? I teach in the international program, not international program, in English program. And my my director, she want to invite some guest speaker who can speak in English. I can ask my friend from Nepal, from China, from Mongolia to talk in English, to share the experience, to have a seminar in English to my students. They like it because even though my some people, they study from European, but for the European people, right, it's not easy to invite them. But for me, I can invite easy many friends from many country also. So that's why I think that I'm happy and I like NIDA a lot because I have opportunity to have the good friend, international friend there, and good professor there also.
Okay. And one question more. Okay. You said about the government to have a policy about digital government or something PAR standard, something PAR policy, and come to digital policy, right? And
It's great to
can
see.
you explain about what your government prepare about people to do about new era or digital era in your university or in your school? What does the government prepare people for that?
How to say?
Before you said about new gen is not problem about to use application or like that, and what that they prepare about government to do about that?
For our government, they know that the new generation, they learn very fast and they love it. So that's why it's they, how to say, like everybody now, they cannot live without the internet. In my I don't know how about other people, but in my university, right, people and the student and the lecturer, everybody live their life with the internet all the time. They can online 24 hours. So that's why and everything now they provide online. If you don't have internet, it's not easy for you to do anything. So everything now in my country online. I mean that you can use the internet. So that's why they provide the the free for to get the internet. It's cheap in my country also.
I mean, not just a facility or internet. I mean, it's for coursework or training or something like that.
For training, of course, for like in my university right now, they have to repair it. Like they when they have any like we have to the how to say the principal of our university they prepare also they have asked they organize some seminar, and every seminar they use like digital marketing. They open many class or many seminar for the lecturer and for the student. They study it, so I think it's convenient for us also, and they prepare very good for the university and for the lecturer in my university also.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, it's a good experience from Vietnam. I think is a good thing to Thai government to copy some application or some way to develop our digital e-government to provide the service or some training to our people, to Thai people also. Okay, any question? Oh, we have some people in the seminar online seminar. Kun Rojana, please.
Good evening. I have question about share database in Vietnam, because in Thailand we have problem about share database between public agency, because we cannot link database together, and is problem because people have to have many application to access public service from government. I don't know in Vietnam what's about in Vietnam about database of the government.
In the database of the government, it depends. In every area, they have the database. If you want to get access it, right? They will provide it for you, but it's not easy. Also, sometimes if many people to access at the same time, you cannot access. But I think that in each have to say like in each area, in each field, they provide in different. So it's not difficult. It's not difficult for the people, for the citizen to get the database in the government. But some, not all. That's the field. It depends. It depends on the field that you want to get the database.
Okay, finish.
Okay, and any public agency can share database together, right, in Vietnam?
No, actually, how to say, like in Vietnam, it's not easy to share it. If you have the good relationship with them, they can share it with you. If you don't have it, sometimes you cannot get it easy.
Okay.
In Vietnam, everything is depend on your relationship. Like me, if I want to get the database in some the public servant, right, public service, right? If I don't know anyone there, it's not. I will find someone that they work there, my friend or anybody. So if I know somebody already, it's easy for me to get it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think it's same in Thailand, right?
Do you think we have to develop database to access, easy to access, or to develop to one database, big one database or not? You think it's possible to develop to be like that?
No, I'm not sure because I didn't work for the government. I'm not sure, but not all the field or all the how to say some field. I mean, some area you can get the database easy. It depend on the service that the government provide you. Some service is easy for you to get it, but some service is not easy. So I can say that it depends that what kind of the service you want to get it in my country. For the develop the big database, I think it's our government job. It's not, but if they have it, it's good, right? For the everybody can access, it's easy, right? If they can view it, they can develop it. Everybody love it, right? But I don't know that they have ability to develop the big database for everybody can get it or not. But I think in the future we have to do it.
Mhm. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kun Rachana, for your question. Any question from the state? Okay. Right. No more. Okay, no more. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you found this evening presentation so interesting and meaningful from presentation, Dr. Nam. Before we separate, I would like to ask everyone permission to turn on the camera and take a commemorative photo for this seminar, please. I would like to take a photo for this seminar. Okay, good. Please smile. Smiling. Yeah, is a good. Okay, next. Okay, thank you for your turn on the photo. I will send you. Okay, thank you for your spending time with us today. See you again next seminar. Thank you and thank you again and have a nice evening. Goodbye.
Yeah.
สวัสดีครับ
Thank you ครับ
Bye.
Bye bye.
ขอบพระคุณ
Bye
ค่ะ
bye.
Thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed my speak and hope that see you in the future and have a nice evening and have a nice weekend.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Good night.
Good
Thank you
night
ครับ
and
ขอบคุ
good
ณ
สวัสดีครับ
สวั
ส
ส
วัส
ดี
ดี
ค
ค่ะ
รับ
สวัสดีค่ะกับคุณนะคะ
อ้าว
Thank you very much.
Thank you
I put ได้ภาษาไทยแต่ว่า I present ไม่ได้นะ
Okay Okay nice to see you because
ยินดี
I
ที่ได้รู้จักนะคะ
เช่น
มีโอ
กัน
กาสมาเวียดนามมาโฮจิมินห์นะคะน้ำอยู่ที่โฮจิมินห์นะ มีโอกาสมาที่โฮจิมินห์ก็บอกด้วยนะ น้ำพาไปเที่ยว
ได้ and and nice to see you and appreciate to guest speaker today
Okay thank you
Okay
thank
nice
you so
to
much
see
for joining today and I hope that you enjoy it Okay thank
Yes.
you and bye bye good night
Yes, bye bye bye
bye bye
พี่ปีขอบคุณมากนะคะ